Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to our TS. You've been missing in action, brother. Hope the afternoon is going well for you. This is another Team Unity Roundtable Discussion Carnival Edition. And I'm glad to have you back, Professor Bruno.
Yeah, man, it's good to be back, man. Always. Remember, I told you I'm here, whenever. You're the one who chooses not to use me. I can be on every day. So just call on me and I'll be here with you, man. But that song, is that our song? That's a lovely...
Yes, that's a nice instrumental created by one of those music producers from Portsmouth.
A young one, a very young guy.
Talented musician. I look forward to when the Portsmouth area has another band again.
Yeah.
Look forward to that.
And so that was created for our youth, for us to be able to use. Right?
Yeah, we can use that.
So we own the rights to use that song.
Yes. Are you going to give us a Calypso up tempo on that one? I know you're a writer,
Yeah, well, the song that I have is not up tempo, so I'm sorry. If you had given me a more gentle tempo, probably.
So only gentle you can write up tempo then.
For now, you see, on a Sunday you have to be moderate. Yeah, but honestly, I have a song that I'm thinking of that I could have written had somebody asked me. And it's very slow. It's authentic Calypso beats, I won't tell you the title because I might still write it for next year, but
okay.
Yeah. So all that you can sing for you today. On that fast tempo.
Well, I hope you got a chance to view my conversation with Brother Ursu Matthew. Last time we were on, I had him on. He gave his synopsis for how he started in the business, his plans in terms of culture, his plans in terms of the Buyo. He will be on with Delhi. They started a new movement. Delhi, Little Man, and the Buyo Mafia. So the guys will be doing their thing for the independence, not the independence, and for the Carnival season. They'll be doing their thing.
The Carnival season, yeah. Yeah, I listened to the interview and I was so happy and proud. What stood out to me, Carlos, was the fact that you and Little Man seem to be there was a camaraderie, a youth kinfield kind of rootsy camaraderie between both of you, and that came through very nicely in the interview. It's as if you and Little Man were just speaking in the comfort of your house.
Well, we would.
A good interview should
comfort of our individual homes.
Exactly. Yeah, but
and
that is what I feel about you. Yeah, man, that Kinfield guys thing. That's a nice little Kinfield connection, which happens among people when people from Kinfield come together, and that I felt that was genuine, genuine interview. And the other thing that struck me was when he mentioned the mafia term is very. It reminded me of the time when I served on the Calypso Association, and Rascally, Hunter, Massey, Senator, and I think we called ourselves the Calypso Cartel. And fellas were very, very concerned. They were saying, "Oh, we're running the Calypso Association like a real cartel." And what this was, it was not anything nefarious. We just called ourselves the cartel, meaning the spirit of Calypso. We're defending the spirit of Calypso, But the opponents of our work, those days when I was in there was a rivalry between Stardom and Shodong. Boy, Shodong had just come on the scene and they were hitting. And they were trying to get space, of course, trying to claim part of the Calypso territory, which is normal. But they saw me and the others as Stardomites and trying to hold down our vibes. Boy, that was such good rivalry. Eh? And they wanted to penetrate the cartel. They tried very hard to penetrate the cartel.
To recruit?
Eventually,
a recruitment drive?
No, they were trying to recruit one, but they couldn't recruit us because I would not probably join the tent. But they wanted to break us up to get us deselected or get us not elected on the association.
Yeah.
Okay. So they will put people against us on the executive, on the association, and we would always win because people would vote for us. It would be a ding dong battle. I remember one time Yakima and I got equal amount of votes. Or I think I got one vote more than her because Rascally voted for me as president, to win. So it was nice rivalry. So the point I'm making is we'd call ourselves the cartel. And the term cartel, you know what it suggests, but we were a cartel that was really mainly defending the spirit of Calypso, and that's what we did, especially Rascally and I, so it was fun. And the mafia thing of Delhi and Little Man remind me of that movement when things were different and I was maybe a little bit younger and involved in Calypso. Probably I'll get back into the administration of Calypso a bit later on, but for now, we have a party to build, so let's build the party, man, and see what happens after.
Yeah, the Brother Ulson really explained the mafia to be not something nefarious, as the name would regularly be used. Regularly be used for, but more as a loose term that they really wanted to use. And the mafia can be anybody.
Yeah, man, a metaphor. Yeah, I get it, man. I like it.
Because they really want to build bridges in the Muyo music. So they would like to. The mafia can be anybody that they choose to work with on any song. Any musician that decide to play with them.
Yeah,
and you can vote for them for the Mao Carnival. But go ahead.
It's like the word squad.
Yes.
That's my squad.
Right.
That's my crew. Those words can be used as well loosely, metaphorically, something progressive, something like what Delhi and Ilson are doing. So I get the term, and I think it was well used, and I commend Ilson for first of all coming on the program, because as a general secretary of our movement, it's nice to see people are willing to use the party's platform to speak about non-partisan things. And that is good, Carlos. I applaud you again for getting non-partisan people to utilize the platform. And I'm hoping maybe on the final program where we had promoted a 4-part Carnival series, which of course I actually am doing 2. And you had Ilson doing 1, so I guess you should get somebody else to do the 4th one. But I find it was good that you were able to source someone in his capacity who will go for musician and a professional in Dominica, in the government of Dominica, because he's chief cultural officer, to be on the program and to speak so eloquently on his subject area without any political partisan implication. And that is what we're promoting in TUD. And I'm hoping that you get somebody. I'm challenging you, Carlos, to get somebody else for next Sunday's program, which is going to be our 4th and final program in the series for the Carnival season. So let me see who you come up with.
I have some plans, but this trip, the idea was to focus a little bit more on Calypso. You being a Calypsonian and a former administrator of the Calypso Association, and you have a general interest in the art form, I thought it best that I don't have to go far to get someone to weigh in and talk about the Calypso. But did you catch the comments by the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Roosevelt?
Which one? Well, he has been making a lot of comments, I mean, since he became a politician and prime minister, he has been speaking. So, which exact comment are you talking about, young man?
He made comments in reference to the current state of the Calypso. I also, I think I caught you
An article.
yes, you had an article on that, and I interestingly last night Edgar Hunter made reference to it as well. And I was listening to the commentary via BBS radio, and some reference was made to your article. So I think it you got in you took in what the Prime Minister said.
Yes. Well, I didn't. Well, of course, I discussed this at, at, at length on my 4 o'clock program, which comes just before this program.
Oh, yes, you discussed. You went in that. Yes,
I like right. So let me put that in context, because again, on our program we do not even make mention of politicians' names. So, but the fact that he brought it up and he's a politician and he spoke about Calypso, I had to kind of and it's necessary. It's fair game that we look at it here. So, and I'm happy that Edgar Hunter kind of brought it up in the analysis. One of the things we don't do well, Carlos, is to analyze what people say and do. And I think, well, to be honest again and to be frank, there is someone in the business who really does good analysis of events and things. And again, allow me please to mention a name, just because I mentioned it in that context, of the former member of Parliament from Marigot, who in his other previous profession served as a journalist.
Oh, yes.
He provides wonderful analysis of
yes. Yes.
I'm not too sure it gets much better than him when it comes to logically presenting information. Generally, but especially on issues, social, political issues and Calypso. So yeah, so you have to give that to him and other things as well. But in the business of calling name and promoting people or anything, individual people, we're in the business of building a troop to help progress them, and you have to see it as it is. So I'm happy that Edgar provided a little bit of analysis, which is what is lacking in the media and social engagement, where people just say things because they want to say things or have an opinion, but that opinion is not based on any sound analysis that was done to the work. So thanks to Edgar for looking at the work and for mentioning it. The Prime Minister stated that, well, forget about the other things that he said about Calypso dying at the end of the season and the little sinister suggestions that he made, because politicians, including you, Carlos, and I guess I, will see things that are expedient for us, politically expedient.
Naturally.
Yeah. So he took a jab at Calypso, and I mean, Calypso has a big, broad backing. Okay, so can take the jab. And so I pick up on the points that he made, talking about the treatment that Calypso should give when Calypso is taking on certain people. And I twist it back on him. He mentioned Rabbit and Ron Solomon and Marry the Girl Charlie and Wong Fang Chu. Rabbit is the most prolific road match winner next to, well, and after Sour is next to him. One is that the rawness, the frankness, the boldness of the lyrics used sometimes, or probably just the lyrics used, causes there to be a distaste in the Calypso when the Calypso is performed. And boy, he has gotten some songs sung against him, and most of them maybe will not mask, as let's say Rabbit will take his time to mask a song. And not every song has to be masked. You could sing a song however you feel like, and no one can censor Calypso. None. Calypso can probably try to muzzle fellas, but when it comes to the business of Calypso, you cannot tell a Calypso what a Calypso should do. Calypso do what Calypso feels like. That is the Calypso have free reign when it comes to its expression.
Yeah,
so to the politicians and journalists.
So no guys are brought in suit.
Yeah?
Guys have gotten sued.
Guys have gotten sued, and that's what the point I was coming to. Yes, everybody have their free right to speak, but when you speak, you're responsible for what you speak.
Right.
So to avoid people in high repute getting angry and having a reason to shut you down, be careful. That's all I was saying. So if you're
Oh,
going to sing about somebody as high, if you want to go to the top of the head of government or head of state, you better sing a song like Rabbit. Marry the girl. You create a sing-along fun pun that when the person hear the song, they say, you know what, man,
boy,
it's
you
true. I
really,
did get
you
married.
really give me a
You know,
blast, David. You really
yeah,
give
but
me a blast. I
I,
can't say nothing. I can't say nothing.
instead, yeah, instead of suing this man, let me just dance it off. Which is what people need. Ron Solomon. Mamu was not going to say, "Oh, I'm going to sue this man." No, because it was just Mary. So, I mean, if you're singing about Carlos and Alex, fine. But when you're singing about those people with those long arms, you really have to defend yourself. And sometimes you employ elements of the Calypso. That's what I was saying in my article. And I'm happy Edgar looked at it. And some people didn't. I saw some commentary about it again, red commentary, which didn't make a lot of sense. But I'm happy that I contributed that. And I thank the Prime Minister for calling attention to that. Of course, trying to play his own little thing with the Calypso. But I guess everybody who can see saw. And I just have to contribute, Carlos. That's what I did. And that's, in a nutshell, what I think of his saying about Calypso and the elements of Calypso. So he was not wrong with saying that this element is missing, especially coming from someone of high repute like him. And if you observe at the end of my article, I say, and I suggested that the standards, the issues that he's speaking about in the Calypso happen under his reign, under his watch. So
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. Probably he has. I don't know.
So
I don't know.
he
I don't
has
know
a
what to
part to
say.
play in it.
But of course, man is chief executive of Dominica, That's what the prime minister is, That's what you run into be, Carlos. And you can be it. Before he was chief executive of Dominica, what did he do? You and him go, I mean, on par, he was a teacher, you're a businessman. So chief executive of a country is a serious and significant role. And you can do it. Anybody who wants to become can become. In fact, I always say that um, more opportunity should be given to more of us to try to seek to become that. And if somebody tries to become that, people shouldn't begrudge you. Because there is no magic wand that one has to have to become a prime minister. But so the role that he holds is significant. He heads the administration of the country. And if people think they want to do a thing or say something about it, they should be careful. And then people might maybe take me to task and say what Alex talking about. Or anybody can say anything. Well, that's not what good etiquette is. That's not how I was brought up. I was told when you go out to eat with people, my grandmother always told me, don't slouch like that. When you go out to eat, is to have to eat. You could use your fork in your right hand because we were cultured to eat a particular way. But I don't really go to the left hand, right hand thing. I use my right hand, when I'm eating sometime in a formal dinner. If I wish, if I feel like, but I do it with a particular degree of decorum. I don't just, it's like I at my home with my leg up. No, I'm at the table with a few people. I'm eating. So there are certain social etiquettes that
I,
go.
I, I have been doing that for a very long time. When you get to certain places, you have to fall in line.
Yeah, man. So that's what Calypso has to do as well. I don't say that anybody is above it, but when you singing a song while people are dressing up, man, you have to dress up the song. That's all I have said and in the article. And the other point that I made is that we cannot be afraid to engage, the even if Lucifer come and tell you something that makes sense to you. You listen to Lucifer because sometimes it's the person that you more do not want to hear from who has the better message for you. No, I'm not
Well,
comparing the. Mhm.
well,
I was saying I'm not comparing anybody with Lucifer. I'm just using one of the worst examples
right.
of bad. to say if that person gives you a good news, it's a good news. So take the good news and make it happen. And that is what I was saying. Let us engage, let us get involved, let's find means of entering conversation.
Well, we have been
That's why I
trying to
mentioned
engage with
it.
everybody as much as possible. And in my understanding as well, the Calypso Association have been engaging with the government. Uh, if you listen to the commentary last night, it was mentioned that the treasurer had meetings with government. Not sure what the discussion was, but they have had meetings, I guess,
Well, I know that. I know that because, of course, I'm in touch with individuals in the association. The treasurer is a friend, a brother, an
oh,
article brother and friend, you know, and he's technically the manager of Calypso. Because as treasurer, he manages the Calypso affairs, money and everything else. So I think that's his position. The president is the head, like the leader, but he is the manager. And as manager of the business of Calypso, who manages maybe close to $500,000 in business in any one given year, he should speak with our prime minister. Why not? It's our prime minister. I cannot see what the details of the conversation might have been. I wasn't there. I wasn't invited. But if he went there to speak about Calypso, the interests of Calypso and the interests of the Calypsonians and the government and prime minister can find ways to work with the Calypso business, more powers. So I commend Narin, the trendsetter Murphy, for having talks and engaging the prime minister on business of Calypso in the interest of Calypsonian and our country and our culture. So free chairs, because Kaiso Carlos is part of our country's culture and heritage. I think one of the most significant aspects, especially during Carnival time. Look at the semi-finals last night. Look at the essence of look at what it brought out, Carlos.
yeah, but the show needs some work, and I'll express privately to the management of Calypso areas I see that they can improve. I also see some persons making comments on the social media space with respect to areas that it can be improved. But before we go further, probably I should list out the Calypsonians who made it through to the grand finals this upcoming on the 18th. We
Okay,
have
okay.
we have Dice, we have Tasha P, we have Daddy Chess, we have the Bob, Triller G, Shanice, Mighty D, Healer, and Black Diamond. These are the 9 who will be joining King JD, will be seeking to defend his crown. One of the songs he has is a song he's written for his dearly departed father. What's your own assessment of the show last night?
Well, the show started late, and I had a little problem with that. Then when it started late, there was a break for technical reasons that I saw before. I don't really want to go too hard on the Calypso, but I just wanted to make those general points. I think we have to fix those. But outside of that, boy, that was a lovely show, man. With the guest artists who began with Psy at the beginning and Master in the Cemetery, the encore,
Yes.
I mean, the essence, the spirit, man. It was just Kaiso. It
Yes.
was just nice last night. The band played beautifully. I think the judges had a tough time. It took a while to give the 9, but when they gave it, I think it was a good 9, maybe the
I
best.
find it took long.
Yeah, I think they had a little ding dong battle. Yeah, because there were some good songs. But I think we have a real nice finals on our hands, and I wish all the Calypsos, especially the newcomers
But
and the youth.
I love Joy performance.
Yeah,
I listened to her and she was really nice. Oh,
strong.
and Tasha P.
Whoosh.
Tasha P came out with an energy.
Yeah, you
Yes.
see, yeah, somebody had the audacity to tell me that they don't think Tasha P made it last night.
No man, no. No, man.
I'm like, really?
Were we looking at the same show?
I'm like, in which world are you living? I mean, whoa, P was strong.
Let
Yeah,
me
she
tell you
was
that.
strong.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you,
All those
before Dice came in to perform, I had Tasha P, I had Black Diamond, and I had Dice as my free short entrance into the finals, you know. And Dice hadn't performed
well,
yet.
you can add Bob to that as well. I think there were four really Calypso
But
didn't do
yes,
nothing
and
was
Bob, and Bob.
Bob. Yeah. Those four were to me exceptional. And of course, boy, you see Trilogy, boy, watch
Hoy,
that song.
hoy. If
Watch
you see
that
Trilogy
guy.
get, if you see Trilogy get a nice second song, JD better
Yeah.
watch it back, you know.
Watch that.
JD
No,
better
JD
watch.
has competition on his hands. Eh? I think he's on there, you know. I think the king is under pressure, and he knows that. But he's a fighter. Boy, trilogy is not playing. Boy, the guy he has something. And of course, the entertaining Mighty D. I think he's going to mash up the crowd on the finals with that song. I can, it's just going to be huge. I think we're going to have a huge
Who wrote that
finals, and I'm
song
asking Dominic,
for Mighty D?
talking dogs.
Who wrote that song?
Yeah, but the king, JD,
That was written by
that's
JD.
JD who wrote that song. Yeah,
Right. So JD have a song on his hand that can mash
yeah,
him up.
inspired Kahina.
Your good
JD,
friend
JD don't
Kaina.
know what he created there.
Who have, har, har, har.
So Kahina inspired that song. And it shows that people are listening, people are in tune to what is going on. So what we are saying here, people are going to look at it, and um I don't know, so maybe it's the time of day or the allergies, but some reason, if you observe, I appear to be tearing up, not because I am unhappy, but it's just I guess so, something when you're having fun. But yeah,
Maybe,
Carlos, man, I'm
maybe
really
the lunch
happy,
you, the
and
lunch you
I'm
had
proud
there,
that,
man.
that we have the lunch, maybe. But I'm really happy with what we're doing as a party. I continue to be impressed. I continue to be impressed in the leadership that you're providing to our movement, and background communication that we share, that we cannot share publicly. I am pleased with what is happening with our movement, and I wish our team members well, Brother Owen, and who is a behind the scene kind of a guy, Kenty, the
Oh,
handyman,
have
Sister
you
Kendra,
heard
who you
Candyman's contribution to the Carnival season? He has some new songs he has released, you know.
he has some new songs there. Yeah, we should probably feature him next week. If I don't know who you have, but I can tell you what to do. And Kendra, who did a thing as Luscious, Luscious. I think I want to write for her next, or to offer her a song next year. I don't know if she'll take it from me. Of course, I have to get back to her. You know the story already. So I want to wish
Yes.
them well, and the other members of our team. The other members of our team. Guys, go ahead, have fun, enjoy the carnival, represent, do what you have to do. And Mr. Carlos, continue leading the movement in the way that you have been. You're doing a fabulous job. I'm very, very proud of you.
Who have, who don't have, don't have. Boy,
Yeah, that's the kicks. Eh?
that's when he's performing that song, I have no choice but to laugh, man. I remember Kaina's viral video.
Yeah, that was a viral video that really was properly used. And the guy just has the right attitude. He has the voice too. Boy, that young boy, his young man is something else.
And the writer he used some nice words, man. And
That's
the
the
way the performer brought out the song, yes,
That's the
yeah,
beauty of Calypso. That's the beauty of Calypso. So if anybody is brave enough to suggest that our Calypso is not on a high and that Kai, so that song, how is that song going to die now? It's not going to die after Carnival. That song going to play for a long time because it will
which
always have
which
people
one?
who Who have?
Yes.
But I'm
Yes.
not gonna die.
That's yes.
That song going to play. Most of the songs will play for a long time. Some, of course, are just seasonal and issue oriented, which is fine. Calypso can hit issues and let it be. Nothing wrong in that. But that song and other songs will play. Kai So High will play for a while as well because it's a general song. So, ça peut faire.
Oh, any sort of improvements you
No, man. I don't want to recommend any improvement. I just want us to enjoy our Carnival, man, and enjoy our Calypso. Maybe at the post-mortem, if I am invited to speak and to be there, or if I happen to be there, I'll suggest. But I don't think we as a party, or we as people involved in a movement like that should be publicly
speaking on
holding or advising or suggesting. No, we shouldn't. I think that's a path that we shouldn't. Others do it, but I guess they have reasons for so doing. I don't think we should be in the business of naming and shaming. And again, some people who say politics is all about naming and shaming. I don't happen to agree. I think politics, especially power politics, is about building coalition. It's about winning, and you don't win when you shame.
right.
When you win, when you build, you win. I mean, you can try to upstage your opponents, but you don't put too much energy on shaming. You put more energy on building, and I think that's how people win. And people with plenty money can shame hard because they have money to fix the shame. But if you don't have money, your little effort will be placed on that little thing that's going to give you dividends. Maybe you get one more friend instead of getting one less friend or one less enemy. You see what I'm saying, Carlos?
Mm-hmm.
So giving a suggestion now as to how things can be done better could be misinterpreted as by people and say, oh, you see them, you TUD, this and that. And yeah. So we have to be very careful. We have to think. And again, that's a lesson for you in life and real time, my brother. Think 100 million times before you say something because people are waiting and watching for you to make a faux pas, Carlos. I'm telling you, next thing you in damage control.
We have seen a lot of that in times past. We have seen a lot of that in times
Yeah,
past.
but when you start to defend in politics, my brother, and explain that's not a good thing. When you're on the back foot in politics, never a good thing to come back and explain. Anyway, I don't give too much political advice publicly.
Well, we're not politically.
Carlos, you told me you pay when inviting you to come on, you tell me let's do a 30, 40 minutes. That's what you told me. And I'm looking at my time, it's close to that. So come good. I don't know what more questions you have. I'm not rushing you. But I just reminded see how many minutes into the program. Make up your mind up.
Well, folks, and Mr. Professor, Dr. to be,
yeah, working on it, man. Working on it.
If you listen in the background, that's the sound of the Daily Wilson and the Booyah Mafia. Sorry, Little Man and the Booyah Mafia. Yes, and so we can look forward to them being on the road for the carnival. More specifically in the Mao area. I'm told that they're going to be on the road for that area.
They playing for the Maho Rep, man. Oh, sorry, the Maho Carnival, man.
They're going to be playing for the Maho Carnival area.
Oh boy, miss the former Rep. No, as we talk about, he's my friend, my dear friend. As you mentioned that I don't remember him. He's a real friend, this man.
And he's a good commentator of the Calypso as well.
He provides good analysis, very very balanced analysis too, in my view. He's a real guy. I like him. I like the former Rep of Maho, and this current one as well. But the former one is my friend.
Well, the current one is from my era, from a millennial like myself.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Good guys, man. Young people getting into the business. That's good, man. Probably you from Kenfield, you know. Hey! Trouble.
You never know. Anyway, folks, it's 25 minutes past the hour. I promised the busy man who wants to go and take his daughter to an event that he will not be here for long. So I don't want to hold him back for too much longer.
Yeah. Thank you very much for putting. Thank you for putting my business outside. Yes, I have to go.
You'll not be here for
all
long.
the politicians there, boy. All of that is here.
Boy, I can say.
Yeah.
No problem, sir. Yeah, guys.
Yeah,
another TUD Roundtable. Another TUD Roundtable discussion. This week we have Mr. Bruno back with us. Possibly see who we can get for the next show. I don't want to let the cat off of the bag as yet, but I have some interesting persons that I want to bring on board. I will see how it works out. Hope everybody enjoyed their Calypso and enjoyed the Carnival season so far. Margot had the opening yesterday morning, St. Joseph as well at the opening. And I see the patrons are enjoying the activities. And just shout out to the people over in St. Joe and Margot and the rest of Dominica who are enjoying the activities. Guys, let's keep it safe, let's keep it clean, and let's enjoy the carnival. Alright, on behalf of the rest of the team who could be viewing as well, and the rest of us, present afternoon to everybody. Hope everybody enjoyed their lunch and look forward to engaging with you very soon.